What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. It is Wednesday. As you can tell, we are rocking and rolling with the Buzzing with Mother podcast, guys. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to stay in contact with all our platforms: Facebook, Twitter, all that. My bad, X. Also, guys, you can find us on all audio platforms as well. Just to name a few: Google Podcasts, Podbean, Podchaser, Podvine, Good Pods, and all Apple products, and even Pandora, man. Woof. Guys, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy year. And first and foremost, I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And of course, guys, we've got the season finale of Commission Talks today. So I'm not alone. I want to first talk about the ones that paid the bills. First and foremost, I want to thank about our sponsor, Dubby, Jitterless Energy. That's right, guys. I had just put a scoop of big energy tears in my cup just now. Hoping that's going to get me through this day. Getting over a flu, but guys, you can go on here and get you a tub, get you some shakers, get you some awesome energy favors. Of course, man, I'm telling you right now, it's shockingly how great these taste. They're not super sweet. They don't have that much sugar in them. And of course, guys, if you're not sure what flavor you want to get, you can get a sample pack as well. You get a free shaker cup with 2 sample packs. And of course, you get some hats, hoodies, t-shirts. Go to Dubby.gg, type in the promo code BUZZ20, you get 10% off of your purchase. Yes. And of course, guys, as you can see, rocking the hoodie, it's Christmas time. So go in there and go to the bonfire/buzzing with Marlo, get you some awesome merch. And now that it's winter time, obviously now you can rock the beanies, you can rock the ones with the pom-poms on the top. You get a long sleeves, V-necks, all that, man. Go in there and get you some awesome Buzzing with Marlo merch for your holiday needs. And of course, guys, you can go and choose any color that you want. There's so many selections that we have. And of course, this is not an updated slide. We have 4 different categories now. We have the American Prodigy t-shirts. We've been asked about it. We have the new Season 5 logo, Buzzing with Marlo merch as well. We have the Every Setback Makes One Heck of a Comeback ones as well. All you got to do is go to bonfire/buzzing with Marlo. Go in there, get you some merch, type in the promo code BUZZ20, and you get 10% off of your purchase. But as you can see right here, there's so many different options on colors right now you could look at. Like I said, man, as you can tell, I'm rocking the white one right now. Real comfy, real good, get you through the day, and you won't freeze. That's a big deal. So go and get you some Buzzing with Marlo merch to get your holiday cheer on. Okay, guys, as you can tell, it is Wednesday. That means it is on my show this week. And of course, this is the season finale. We've got a lot to cover today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to go some blasts from the past episodes of what we have done this year. There's a lot of things going on. First and foremost, I want to thank DCCW for the awesome show that we had last weekend. We had a competition against a parade. Luckily, we found out the parade was only like 20 minutes. And needless to say, everybody from the parade went straight on over to the venue. And, I mean, we packed the house out. I mean, I was blown away how much the loyalty of Baker County was in that building. So major shout out to the Baker County Fairgrounds, major shout out to McClenny, and major shout out to Vanessa and Steve Pender, because we packed that building out, man. It was a really cool thing, and it was a really great way to end the year. I'm sore as can be right now. If you didn't see the slide, I took a catch off the top rope. Cole catched me and spine busted me, jumped from the top, and I'm still feeling it right now. So thank you, DCCW. Thank you, McClenny, for the awesome show that we had last weekend. Major shout out. Also, guys, I want to thank for everyone's thoughts and prayers regarding with Matthew. He was officially released today. So Matthew's on his way going home right now. Matthew's been in the hospital for over 65 days. So he is now going home. I've not seen this kid smile as much as he had just recently. So really awesome thing. Thanks to everybody buying the bracelets, buying these right here, buying those, buying the t-shirts and stuff like that. He really, really appreciates it. Okay, guys, as you could tell, it is Wednesday, so that means I'm not alone. So, guys, let's get it on. Brian B, make the announcements, pimp.
Warren Harper, the American Prodigy. Dre on me.
Oh, that was so great, man. I love that. Before just having that ending, bro. Man, WTF.
And Brian B.
I personally feel like Gabe made the right decision by not. I think he gained a ton of acknowledgement from their matches with Gunther, taking him to the limits and them showing that.
Commission Talks.
What's up? What's up? As you can tell, we got my boy Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast and the one himself, Brian B. From the ENT LLC, baby. What's up?
Yo, it's Wednesday.
What's going on, man?
Let's just start stating some obvious shit.
It's Wednesday. What's going on? What's going on with you guys, man?
Yo, y'all think I got to start? I got to kick off this season finale by definitely saying, thank you guys for bringing me on board once again. I know I said it a bunch of times, but it's always awesome to talk wrestling with you guys, and it's been a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like, it came on like shit. I was actually looking back earlier, and I was just seeing, like, I've been on a couple episodes with you guys. It's been a little while, but I'm really looking forward to like everything we're going to be doing. Starting next year, the new season rolling in and everything like that. Especially with the Rumble and all the big names and stuff going on. Even Wrestle Kingdom, man. Ooh, that's packed hard, man. So looking forward to it.
Wrestle Kingdom, look at
you. Listen, I got a squad, outside of this squad, and they getting your boy filled up with all the wrestle talk everywhere. So
that boy said Wrestle Kingdom. I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, we building up over here, man.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. 2024 looking good, man.
Looking real good.
Looking good. Yeah.
Hey, man.
It's Wednesday, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, like how much we've watched wrestling and stuff like that. And, it's really cool, Brian, like you just said, Wrestle Kingdom and stuff like that. You're expanding your horizon a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's really good to actually you can see overall, like, you see wrestling in this standpoint, but you could also see it in all these different other sections. And sometimes it's a cool thing. Sometimes it could be like, all right, I'm going back here. Or sometimes it could be like, oh, man, let me see what's over here. Let me see what's on this side. Let me see what's over here. So it's really cool to see those things.
Yeah, I was actually listening to, another group that I listened to, and they were talking about, TNA. And they were talking about how TNA is, it's got a good brand, it's got a good, it's got good talent and stuff like that or whatever. But the problem is, and I firmly agree with them. I wasn't on the panel, I was kind of in the comments, just kind of commented it up. But he was saying, like, man, they're not as available as everything else. Now you can pay for the, the network or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it does make a difference, what's available, what's easily accessible. Because not for nothing, the diehard fans are going to go ahead and try their hardest to make sure that they're looking at everything that they want to look at. They want to engage in different areas of what they like. So they're going to try hard. But the casual fans or the people who just like, hey, what's the options? You know what I'm saying? Oh, wrestling, WWE comes on fucking 4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and jump on NXT. Let me go ahead and jump on this. It's easy. 8 o'clock, USA, I'm there. But if you got to go ahead and I got to pay a credit card, they'll download this, and people lose interest fast. I thought it was an interesting discussion because there is a lot of really good wrestling out there, but a lot you do have to kind of look for. And I'm not gonna act like that's not an effective quality, man, because it is a reason why people may kind of lackluster, your entertainment and shit. But it was interesting.
Yeah, I think that is interesting though with the TNA Plus subscription network
How
thing
much is
that's
that?
coming
Like
out.
$13 a month or something?
I don't even know. I just remember them, Endeavor and them making the announcement that they're gonna have TNA Plus, and which I think for one, I thought it was interesting that they had got sort of a deal before AEW, even though they only been around for about 4 years. But I think the difficulty with Impact or TNA Wrestling is just trying to find them on, they're not on uh your top
It used to be on the
network
TV Guide
channels.
channel, if
Yeah,
everybody
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Exactly. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. They're really not. So if you're like maybe streaming them through a third party, maybe you'll find it, through certain links or whatever. But other than that, man, I think a lot of people, if they don't really get the actual channel, they keep up with it through social media
yeah,
and on YouTube though. But
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
but I do get your point though. If it is just on, which I know this day and age though, a lot of people are really cutting back on cable. So a lot of people don't even have
yeah,
Hmm.
access to Monday Night Raws or SmackDown. They just watch it through YouTube or through a loop or whatever.
yeah,
So I do get what your point though, but
What's up,
I agree.
Tino?
But I think
yeah.
the TNA Impact Plus thing, I think it'll really help them. I just like you said, it'll be better if you know they
It
could
was
be
Better
on one of
available.
access.
the TV Guide channels available. Yeah.
Remember back in the day when ECW, you know what I'm saying? Like ECW was another one. Like, if you were a hardcore fan, when ECW was coming on, but it wasn't like it was regularly
What channel
advertised.
was that on? Was it on the
Shit, I don't even
Sci-Fi channel?
remember. No, no, I'm not talking about like WWE ECW. I'm talking about fucking
The
Philadelphia
original
ECW.
ECW.
I'm
Yeah,
asking.
I
Yeah, I
don't
was
even
like,
remember when
what
that
channel
came
was
out.
that
Yeah.
on?
I
Nah,
don't
I mean,
even know.
yeah,
How's it going?
it
How's
was
it
on
going?
like 12 o'clock in the morning, like or like 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, the ECW was like
At 12
it was like a
o'clock in the
back
morning.
channel. Like it wasn't it was a regular cable station, but it wasn't like a known like kind of
Like a
when
Tarantino type channel.
yeah when WWE was on like TNN and all that and Spike TV. Remember all that shit back
Hmm.
then? Yeah, it was like
see,
something like that.
but the thing now too. See, I want to more understand more too with that deal, the Endeavor
Yeah.
that is that who actually who bought WWE? Is that the same
Yeah,
Endeavor
the
that we're
same
talking about?
company. That's
Okay,
what
okay, cool.
that's
I
also interesting.
Yes, I think that'd be very interesting, and I think it would, like I just mentioned to a lot of people, definitely are more into streaming now, which I
Yeah.
think will, sort of help them, in a way though, with the whole, let's stream it since if they, do it that way, you
Yeah.
know. So I don't know,
Yeah.
but I think
Yeah,
it's interesting though.
I don't think WWE will ever jump into just the streaming world, but I'll be honest with you. If they did and they just decided to say, hey, we're going to stream Raw, we're going to stream SmackDown, NXT, everything on just one platform, I would love that shit. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know
that's what.
exactly how much it would affect their,
I
their
appreciate
building and
that.
everything. If you're not
Yeah,
watching
that's
this
what.
podcast, you're missing out. Thank you so much, Laura.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. That's what everybody thought. At least that's what I thought. At least they were streaming something on the network when it came out in 2014 or so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it is really interesting, man. Like, you can definitely tell wrestling is taking a turn, with these companies buying out, like, the big major names and promotions, whether it be AEW with Ring of Honor, whether it be now TNA with Endeavor, WWE with Endeavor. Like, you could definitely tell there's going to be a lot of changes, man, going forward. CM Punk coming back was a giant fucking something that everybody thought would never happen. Everybody's saying the never say never. Now CM Punk literally wearing a shirt that says "Hell's frozen over." Yeah, because we're in a new era, man. I think we're in a new era, and like I know my topic for tonight. I kind of want to kind of a fun discussion about it because we can really start on some fantasy shit now. Because I think there's a lot of stuff that we're gonna start getting into in this next year that we haven't seen come out of wrestling yet. and
My
I think it's gonna be a lot of adventure.
My man Tino make a good point. You right, Brian.
I ain't paying fifty
But
dollars for no pay per view.
and I thought that they didn't, get the deal with that. I thought that would
I
have
ain't
been,
paying no fifty
right
dollars
on.
for no pay per view.
Yeah, I ain't paying shit
Especially
for
if
pay per
the
Yeah,
view.
style is
exactly.
literally the exact same and you're just watching it for every match.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah, I would love if AEW, it would make it a lot easier. I mean, for people who watch it the way they watch it, and you know what I'm saying, but if they did just make it in a way where you can literally just pay for a service and just have it, WWE nailed that shit. I mean, and you kind of have to follow that now with that
I agree
strategy
with that.
because I think we are in an era where our rosters are stacked. Like WWE roster hasn't been this great since '08. Yeah, I know. He just posted that to you. I can't remember like the whole roster from '08. I know it was like Maga and you had Bobby
Mm-hmm.
Lashley and yeah, there was a couple people. That was around the ECW
I'd
time.
run.
Hiding, right? Remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember that. I
Yo,
remember
Dude,
that.
what was
you
that intro song? He had his song and it was like in a shirt, like literally like if Jaws had a movie. He's like hiding, right.
oh shit, I don't remember that. But I was one other thing.
Even
I
with
know we're
Taker,
gonna jump in our topics and everything, but it's season
that's
finale,
a
man.
Paul Heyman guy.
We I was thinking like seriously, man. Like since Bray Wyatt, unfortunate, demise and everything like that or whatever. The
I
one
agree
thing
with
I've
that.
been thinking about on WWE is they need a big evil, man. I miss some of the most anticipated moments in wrestling history to me have been when you had those Undertaker moments, when you had those crazy Bray Wyatt moments. Remember how crazy and anticipated you were for the Firefly Funhouse and all of that stuff and everything. And then I was also thinking about it because they were talking about the devil on AEW and
Mm.
whether it be aces and eights on Impact, like these are you need that big evil. Who's the big bad? Like who's this scary shit going on, or even this rough shot that's kind of taking over. I miss that shit. Like that engagement, I feel it needs to be replaced, and it's going to be hard because Bray Wyatt was such a incredible figure, and it's going to be hard to kind of take over that mantle. But you guys feel like you're missing that in wrestling right now because there's not a lot of it going around.
I think that's a good question. You want to go? You want to go, Warren?
You can go ahead.
I mean, far as just a
He
big
said, "Isn't
evil.
it, JD?"
Isn't it,
You
Jay?
know,
Listen, man. Better not be his little ass. We'll fling his little ass.
you see now with the whole bloodline thing sort of phasing out, I thought sort of the big dominant sort of group, or if you're talking about just solo person, then yeah, I think
Oh, the
we
moment for
need that.
real.
A solo one, we don't have that at the moment. Obviously, with the passing of Bray Wyatt, he was that played mind games and was
Personification, man.
vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was it, and especially when he had that moment at the I think it was the 30th anniversary of Raw with the Undertaker, kind of like whatever he whispered in his ear, you just knew like he was it. Once
Yeah.
things got together, and obviously you left a hole, it's a little void in that area right there.
Yeah.
Um, but far as factions, I thought
Hey man, we got
that's
our
what they were
truth,
going to do
baby. We
with
got our truth.
the
We got our
Judgment Day,
truth now.
but
Yeah, R-Truth, my
our
man.
truth is in there, making it
My
entertaining though.
favorite
But yeah,
Judgment Day member. My favorite one.
yeah, I do agree. I do agree to an extent though. But I think right now at this point, I think WWE and his characters, I think right now is just fine on all cylinders right now. I think
They don't really
when
need
it
it.
when it just when it comes, I ain't gonna say they don't need it, but I think when it comes, it'll
It'll
fit
be a
right
big
in.
pop. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
feel you.
yeah,
You'll
yeah,
know when it happens.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I always loved that shit, man. Like even when the Wyatt family, like just kind of like kick off, like the reminiscent or whatever. But when the Wyatt family came out, remember when the Wyatt family first like really started showing up? I'm not talking about Husky Harris. I'm not talking about like even them in NXT or whatever. But when the Wyatt family jumped up in, and you started seeing like what the fuck is these vignettes? Like this is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like some old, back trailer park kind of
Yeah.
swamp life, the family. Bro, that shit isn't entertaining, man. Shit is a lot. House of Black,
Hey,
Death
yo,
is
I agree with my man
Wolves.
Slim.
Yeah, yeah, they
Aces and
are.
Eights was really good at the moment, man, when TNA was popping.
I
House
feel
of Black
Malachi
Heavyweights
will,
People
Golden
still
Rules.
go on YouTube to watch the whole build between aces and eights.
yeah. I don't. I mean,
I was watching it
Malachi
just
Black.
recently.
I mean, he's nice, but their group don't
They
give the
watered
same
him
kind of
down.
feel like you know. And I'm not saying you got to compare everybody, but I'm just saying when there is shit before you, you do have to kind of they're placed in comparison. Like, so they never hit me as like anybody who's going to take a dominating presence. Like I said, like you know, even with like Kane. Remember when fucking Kane came? Like these are like things where you watch wrestling, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like when Kane came and ripped
Remember
the
when Kane
Kane,
took his mask off? Like it was a
bro.
Hell
whole different
yeah,
Yeah,
man!
energy.
yup.
I'll never forget that shit,
I'm trying to
man.
tell you.
Bro, I
See,
was like
you'll never
terrified
forget
for
that shit.
night. I literally couldn't go to
Never.
sleep that night because
My
I'm
favorite
saying like,
part, my favorite part of it is when after he choke slammed RVD and he
Mm,
just did the oh boom, and then
yeah.
the camera just zoomed in. I was
when
like,
they
look at this
showed like the little part of the
What's
wig or
wrong with
something,
him?
motherfucker.
I was
Yeah,
Yeah,
just sitting like,
no,
bro.
that shit's
Shit used to
crazy,
really,
man.
yo, stuff like that. I mean, we got stuff
Yeah,
that's definitely making noise now. Like you guys said, like, you know, the roster is stacked. There's definitely a lot going on, but it's like, there's no doubt about it. Like, you're definitely looking. I've said it on this show a couple times. Like, I'm looking for what's next, man. Like, there's amazing people. Like, the people who we're really, you know, talking about are people who have came back besides, like, you know, like Gunther and stuff like that. But really, who are we talking about right now? We talking about Seth and fucking, you know, CM Punk, which is, you know, blew the roof off, in my opinion. Not even with just the crowd, but just the energy
and
from them too.
and,
Is
and, and I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said. And you say you want to talk about who's next and what's next. And
yeah,
last week we had NXT deadline from
yes,
two guys, man. From there, I just want to say who's next, and that's gonna make some noise. There's already is
Jason's
making noise.
delivering
Is
DoorDash to John Moxley.
yeah. You saw, yeah. I
uh
just posted that. Yeah, yeah,
Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, man. I mean,
yes.
I think them right there is just the program, the story that they got right there is they something to come to see what's
Psycho Lake
for the
coming out in the
next.
chains was a sight to see, man. I don't even know who that is, so I must be
That's what I was looking.
tripping.
I was like, I don't know.
Promo on Raw was
Yeah,
fire.
I
Yeah, that
agree.
promo was
What's up,
Yeah,
Tim?
that
incredible.
was.
Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Man, I didn't think it
Came,
was gonna
bro.
happen though. To be honest with you, I was just like,
You
come
didn't
on,
think,
like, no, I didn't think it was gonna. I didn't think that promo was
bro?
gonna happen for some time though. But I was
Yeah,
like,
Nah,
last
you
week for the
knew
last
it was
couple of
gonna
weeks.
have to
No,
happen
no,
because
for
you
real.
knew it.
I knew it had to happen. But I was like, they last couple of weeks they've been
Speaking of that,
avoiding each other. It was just like
Rance,
once SmackDown.
your
I mean,
topic
once he
first, bro.
said,
Let's talk about your topic first.
yeah.
I was like,
I felt that
okay,
way too. Yeah, I
Let's
don't
go with
know.
your topic first, bro.
All right, let's jump on. So, all right, so we're gonna talk about the first topic of the night, season finale of commission talks, y'all. We gonna
what
wrapping
the
everything up.
trick?
Red lipstick. Thanks, brother. Saying, now I'm gonna be reading all the comments like it's my show and shit. This Warren shit, I don't gotta worry about all that extra work.
Technically, it's ours.
But yeah, no, one of the things I wanted to talk about, like I said,
Appreciate
like,
it,
you know, we
Tim.
kind of
Thank you.
opened the doors just for kind of like, you know, a little bit of fantasy booking and
Yeah.
thinking about, yeah, whoop that trick. Listen, I just posted that shit too. That shit is when he came out on NXT, bro, he is a fucking,
Man,
it's
I
crazy how
think we
we
used to
just
say
talked
he couldn't
last
work.
week. We just talked last week about like how, like, you know, even Swerve, like, you know, Swerve Strickland, his music and his entrance and his character is bringing life to like his whole, you know,
hmm
progression as a wrestler and shit. Trick Williams is another one. Remember, Trick Williams was sitting
yeah,
there sideways playing the sidekick to Carmelo Hayes for a while. So now
hmm
that I never would have fucking thought he was going to be like somebody who's going to be crazy established, but
Oh,
Booker
nobody did.
T,
I
Booker
Nobody did.
T, and his shit is pushing them forward, man.
Yeah, the story with them. I just want to say real quick before we, definitely
Yeah,
move on. I like it because it's the fact that Carmelo Hayes is not supportive. It's an everyday story. Trick Williams want to go out and accomplish stuff. He see his best friend winning championships and doing big things, and
It should
he
have
want to
been
go out
me.
and Carmelo is not being supportive of his dreams. It was like, man, nah, man, I want you under my. You got them people in life, man,
I
that
don't
just
know
want
if
to
he's a
keep you
mean attraction
under your
yet.
wing, all the
I see what
time
you're
and don't
saying.
want to let you, fly off and do things on your own and
yeah,
stuff.
oh
That's
yeah,
that's Carmelo. That's Carmelo Hayes, and he's jealous and envious him that the fact that he's getting over and popular and stuff like that. So
yeah.
that part of the story is definitely it. But yeah, that trick with Booker T and coming out, I think, man. That
Shit's
is. I
fire.
didn't think he was going to win the matchup on Saturday, but how he came back, I think
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
awesome.
it made him look strong and it made him look
Yeah,
credible, and that's why
yeah.
because Brian Breaker's another one. Like we really gotta. Well, we'll talk about it, but so one of the first things I got to talk about tonight was I wanted to if you guys have seen the stories that apparently there's gonna be some contracts that's coming to an end in 2024, and I'm pretty sure that's like a regular thing, But the biggest difference in today's wrestling is there's options, man. There's a lot more options than what it was before. Josh Briggs showed out too. Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Yep.
he really did. I don't know too many characters on NXT. I'm still
Hmm.
kind of getting to know everybody, but yeah, those guys really wrestle phenomenal, bro.
Definitely.
One more thing, because Slim, you fucking me up tonight, bro. You keep recycling my mind. But the one thing I gotta say, like when we talk about these guys like Swerve, we talk about these guys like Trick Williams. The thing about these guys that stand out is what's making them notice, bro. Because the other dude who was in that match, what's his name? Tyler something. What the hell's his name?
Tyler Bate.
Tyler
Tyler
Bate.
Bate, the big strong boy.
Really strong, really strong. But when I turn on wrestling, I'm not gonna lie, he's strong. He got this, or whatever. You good, man. But he got all this shit or whatever, but he's got some little tights on and he's just being strong, bro. He didn't stand out to me at all, like as a first-time casual watcher and shit. And I don't know his backstory, I don't know his history. I didn't fucking research him and do a book report, but I just
him with
watched
his
him.
little mustache. You go
Yeah,
like this.
I just watched him. You feel me? But then I see Trick Williams. I see his entrance. I see the fucking crowd's reaction. I'm instantly engaged in this guy. Now I can go research Tyler and shit like that or whatever. But that's my point when I keep saying all this shit. When you turn on WWE, you see fucking Seth Rollins come on. You see the crowd fucking going crazy. I don't care if you've never watched wrestling a day in your life. You looking like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, everybody loves this dude, or everybody hates him. They booing the shit out of him. So it's like that engagement is so important, man. I think I've kind of always understood that, but it's just I'm really seeing it now that I'm paying attention to character development and stuff like that, and just how important your whole character, your demeanor, your fucking music, the way you walk, the way you talk, everything is presentable and is presented to everybody to fucking take you in. That's why they buy your merch, all of that shit.
I want to say one thing on that, and I think that's the beauty about NXT. NXT has made some of
Especially
these
this
superstars.
era's NXT. This was
Yeah,
all
yeah,
character based.
yeah. But not only that though, just NXT in general. A lot of the chants, a lot of the stuff that come with some of them NXT superstars. It started organically by the
Yeah,
fans.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
just they
for
was
real.
just vibing to the music. And if you
Yep.
watch NXT for like, if you just watch NXT, it's some of the same people that come each and every week. So they are used to it. They know these people.
Yeah.
And Trick Williams song hit, and man, it was a couple black people in that joint. They was like, "Hey, like,
Hey, oh
hey, whoop
shit, yeah.
that
Who
shit!"
this motherfucker right here?
And Booker T said, "Hey,"
For
and
real,
it just
I'm
took
telling you,
off,
yo.
man. It
That
just
shit
took
matter,
off,
yo.
bro. So
That shit matter, bro.
it do.
YouTube.
Yo,
That's the thing.
I'm telling you,
That's the
bro.
thing is so special with
Hey,
NXT.
whoop
It's so
that. I was
organic,
like,
like,
oh
man.
shit,
Yeah,
bro.
because when he came out, I was
Fucking
like,
with it.
oh, okay,
I'm
hey.
fucking with it, yo.
And then
It's a
Booker T,
vibe,
like,
bro.
okay.
Yeah, I'm fucking with it, yo.
Oh, boy, man.
All right, all right,
Side to
man.
side.
Let's jump to the segment. So we got, like I said, we got a whole bunch of people whose contract is expiring coming up in 2024. One of them is your boy, Seth freaking Rollins, yo. Seth's contract is coming up to an
What's up,
end.
Courtney?
I believe it's in June of 2024. Now, this was an interesting story, and I wanted to kind of talk about it just to kind of segue a little bit, because I personally am just going to be the first one to say I don't think Seth Rollins is going anywhere. Even though we have, the introduction of CM Punk, like Seth Rollins made it very clear on Monday Night Raw this week, he's home, bro. And everything he said was, I believe, in fully organic, and it was fully credible. Like, there was nothing that he said that was a lie. There was nothing he said that was exaggerated. He said, and it felt like he spoke that shit from his heart. Like, he didn't even write it. And it was just very interesting to see Seth Rollins. He definitely takes pride in where he's from. He definitely looks like he takes pride in WWE's transition for him and what they've built for him and what he's done for himself to establish himself there. So I don't feel like Seth is going anywhere. But Becky's contract comes up at the same time, and people were starting to mention that as well. Becky is another one where Seth's going to be where she at, and she's going to be where Seth's at. So I don't feel like she's going anywhere either. But
Mm.
how do you guys feel? You feel like Seth and Becky is definitely going to be kind of
I,
safe
I'm
in
gonna go.
WWE?
I'm gonna go first though, because what you just said, I just mentioned this to Warren, before the show,
Oh,
and
beyond
and
real.
look, before I say that though, even because I was hearing, with no producers or anything behind that
Yeah,
segment with CM Punk and Seth, and even if you didn't believe it, they sold it so well to make you
really.
believe it, whereas like the moment CM Punk came in, the videos with Seth Rollins on the internet, whether you thought whatever way felt on Monday Night Raw, CM Punk sort of like, I mean, Seth Rollins sort of like made it, like,
I agree,
okay,
Slim.
like he was like, dog, I hate you, and I believe he hate him. I
Fully,
really do. I
fully.
really do.
That was
But
It's
one
the
of the most
same thing he did
powerful
with
it
Cody.
fucking. That
it,
was
it
one of the
really
most
was.
powerful things that I ever saw from any wrestler. From any wrestler, as far as a promo, that was just real life fucking heat, yo. It wasn't. It wasn't shit you could stage, man. It
Yeah,
wasn't
it
shit you could
wasn't.
stage. He fucking
It,
put that shit out there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I get Seth Rollins, and both of them, got a point. What happened with CM Punk 10 years ago? He left, he came back, and Seth
Mhm.
Rollins was in the Shield. They were going against each other.
Yeah,
And uh, CM Punk left, and now Seth Rollins is established and made himself in WWE. And he feels some type of way. But
oh
like
shit,
I
he resigned.
mentioned, he re-signed with TNA.
Oh,
He
resign. I don't know. I
officially,
said
yeah.
I read
Uh,
resign. Like, oh damn, it fucking bounced out.
but with Seth Rollins though, I feel like it's 50-50 now. Now all the people who are excited that CM Punk is back that love Seth Rollins are sort of turning on him. And
A little
once
bit,
this
yeah.
matchup, I feel like that CM Punk and Seth Rollins may have at WrestleMania. After that, I think CM Punk is gonna. I mean, Seth Rollins. I keep getting their names mixed up. I feel like Seth Rollins is gonna turn,
Yeah,
or you're gonna turn on the fans because they
Feel
already
like he
getting
turned on
there.
him, right?
Yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah,
like, man, come on, I've been here all this time, and now
yeah,
this guy come back after this bullshit, and now
yeah.
y'all want to turn on me and stuff like that. And so he could use that contract that is expiring into some
build an
sort of
angle out of it.
yeah, build an angle out of it. Sort of how
That'd be
CM
dope.
Punk did, take his ball and go
Go home.
home or
Yeah,
whatever like that.
I'll do
So
the
that's
same
that's
thing
the
as
only
this
thing.
Do
guy.
exactly what Punk
Yeah,
did it
I
for
can see that.
SummerSlam.
yeah,
Do
yeah,
exactly what
yeah,
Punk did for
yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's a good
Because
point.
when
So,
he
but yeah, but I
lost
don't
to
see him.
Cena,
Yeah, I don't see him going nowhere. I think Seth Rollins is a
I think,
mainstay
man,
in the company, though.
if they
Yeah, me
don't
too.
resign, it's just for them to be a parent. I really don't see anything
I
else.
I see them resigning. They just gonna give them
If
time
they
though. And
don't
speaking of
Yeah,
resign,
time,
it,
them
I,
dudes
because
love
Becky
wrestling,
and
and
their
man.
contract
and
is up at the same
and,
time.
and speaking of time though, we all mentioned for a while, and some of us were a little bit upset because we haven't seen her debut or make her entrance. Jay Cargill,
Yeah,
I
and
ain't
a lot of
upset.
people. You said you wasn't upset.
I ain't upset. You gotta give it time. You gotta let
Oh
yeah.
that
yeah,
thing
I was,
marinate,
I
baby.
was, because a lot of people are like, man, come on, man, where is she? Where is she? She ain't debuted yet,
She said,
and
"I give CM Punk the
I
same
figured.
energy I give Jericho." We
What
ain't
do you?
gonna split it. We
I'm
ain't
not sure
gonna.
what she means by that though. Because I
She
mean,
don't
CM
like.
Punk and
She
Jericho
don't
is
like
two
CM Punk.
levels. Oh,
She
she don't
doesn't
like.
like
Okay,
him.
she don't like him. All right, yeah,
Uh,
that's
yeah,
two calibers right there. I don't know if you can compare them two.
yeah, I feel like WWE even knew that her mom had cancer either before
Color
they
Black and
signed
AEW.
her, or before they signed her
He
or
wouldn't
afterwards,
sign
and
there.
that's huh.
He
Oh,
wouldn't go to AEW.
you talking about the comment?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the
I
comment
think
section is blowing up right now. It's hard to
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
stay on,
it really is. Yeah,
hard
exactly,
to stay on
exactly.
topic right now.
Uh, Yeah, I think they knew about her mom cancer either before or after, and that's why they just wanted to capitalize on the fact that they
Oh,
had signed her, and
gotcha.
just give her some time to be with her mom if that was the case. So
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
I wouldn't have thought of that take, but yeah, they probably did kind of understand. But probably got to give
They're
knowing that they
probably
had to
waiting
give them
until the
time and stuff
Rumble.
like
That
that.
was probably the main alternative,
She's
anyways. They're
probably
probably
definitely going
waiting
to be
for
an
the Rumble.
entrant in the Rumble. But in
most
that case,
definitely, most definitely.
if
But
she
I
is
don't
an
think they
entrant,
wanted to. No, no,
like
no.
would you want her to be an entrant in the Rumble? Because either then she's got to win the shit, or she got to get like eliminated in a really weird way. Because you can't, in my opinion, you can't introduce somebody in the Rumble that's that big of a name that you've been talking about and people have been talking about, and they've been kind of
Rumor
blowing up.
has it she's wrestled in a couple of NXT house shows.
But thing is, though, that's what I was about to make a point. I don't think that the initial thing was to wait for the Rumble because even if this was already a thing that her mom had cancer
Yeah,
and she, any day was could be her last day, they would have had to pull her from
yeah,
shows
I
and
get
stuff
you.
like that. So I
Yeah.
think she was gonna make her debut somewhere between November and December for things this sort of happening. And obviously, the Royal Rumble is perfect.
Yeah,
So.
it's possible for sure. Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes a lot of sense, especially if she was dealing with family stuff or whatever. Because somebody like that, you don't want to bring in and then bring off and bring in and bring
Yes,
off. You want to
exactly, exactly.
explode, yeah, and have them on the scene immediately. But we'll see, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you, and I don't know if I've said this on either one of my shows or whatever, but I mean, Jade Cargill, she looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? She looks amazing. That's one of the biggest reasons. It's not like we're over her because she's the greatest wrestler in the world. It's not like we're over her because she's the greatest character in the world. She just looks amazing, bro. No,
She's
no
an
doubt about it.
attraction.
She's a very big attraction, and we're gonna see what she does. Her story, her just like Nia Jax, like the way she looks is the reason why you're
I was at the
engaged.
one in Jacksonville, and she actually was there. So
All right, perfect. Yeah,
Mm.
but
that's a cool entrance song. I'll give you that.
Warren, how you feel about Seth and Becky, bro? You say your piece on them already?
I mean, the only thing I could see it is they want to be a parent. I mean, they have their girl, their little girl goes on the road with them every week, every show. Um, I agree with Dre. I think they could build an angle out of it, put a good storyline with it. Um,
Because word is that AJ Lee may come back, so they could
Oh yeah,
I
build
think
stuff.
she's
AJ
gonna be
Lee's
in the
coming in the
Rumble.
Rumble.
She's
I
gonna be
think
in the
she's
Rumble.
going
I
to
don't
hit
know
the
if she'll
Rumble.
stay, but she'll be in the Rumble for
I mean,
sure.
if you
Very
could do a
definitely.
good storyline out of it, and I would say like not on like a big pay per view, just bring it on like that could be like a feud between them two for a little bit. So say like WrestleMania, they do have their match, but they're gonna feud it out after WrestleMania. I think that would make sense. Like okay, AJ Lee going against Becky Lynch or something, because I mean Becky ain't gonna have anything by that time, anyways. Especially with Charlotte hurt right
Why?
now.
Why you say that? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that at all because I feel like there's a lot that's gonna be in progression. There's been a lot that's been building. Charlotte getting hurt is something that I kind
Now,
of bit my
Slim,
tongue, man.
I don't agree with that
I
because
don't
Royal
agree.
I feel
Rumble
that
is always
Risk may
known to have
overshadow if
more
they
than
got a
one
AJ Lee
return.
surprise. Yeah. I think Royal Rumble's one of the
Royal Rumble
pay-per-views
is
that you're
always the
always
one that you
expecting.
want that to happen.
Yeah, and I don't think
Yeah,
AJ Lee's thanks. AJ Lee's one of those names that it'll be fun to see her because she's a nostalgic act, but I don't think she's gonna overshadow anybody like that.
yeah.
Like,
I don't think anybody in the Rumble is going to overshadow anyone because I think that's
yeah,
the thing about
That's
the
what it's
Rumble, the
known for.
surprise
That's the
factor.
nostalgia
yeah,
of it.
So yeah,
yeah. I
But
mean, it
like
is
I
what
said
it
with
is.
the Seth Rollins thing, I said it a couple of times already. I don't like saying this, but I can tell Punk's not lying. I can tell Punk is not lying when he says he's back and he's happy to be back and stuff like that.
I don't think he's lying. I definitely don't think he's lying. I feel like everything that's happened and like Seth said, no bullshit.
And
This is
you
your
could tell how
last
serious
chance, bro.
Seth was. You could
You
tell
it is
know
how
his
this is your
last
serious
chance
Seth
first one.
though.
was too.
This is last chance. Everybody, I think the fucking
Yeah,
world know that. Like, this your last chance, bro. Like, you can't fuck this
You
up.
strike out. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. And Seth, that's why I said like that the delivery of that
but
promo was so fucking it was just beautiful, man.
But
Like,
one thing WWE is keeping him safe is and which I think AEW messed up on. And I was reading, I was watching something earlier, and they say the same thing. Is AEW had him wrestling too much. He
mm,
was
Yep.
opening up Dynamite, opening up Rampage. He was wrestling too much. And now what they're going to do is have CM Punk take on Dom
yeah, fuck
Dom
yeah.
at a house show, which I think is awesome because then you get to use him at a house show, see what he do, before you put him on television. But I
Yeah.
think it's perfect to
You
not
only
have
help one at
him
a time,
uh
Courtney. I
wrestle.
guess that's all we can say. One at
Yeah.
a time.
No, you're right. Yeah. Nia Jackson, that Becky Lynch angle, that shit, you can fucking have that. I mean, the
Hey,
crowd
I'm
was
not gonna lie. That
dead.
shit when Becky said that
That crowd was fucking
she's not
dead.
likable and her ACLs couldn't keep her up. That was just
That was a
like,
good burn, but
damn.
it was just like, I mean,
I
I guess
expect Becky
Hey man,
coming
everybody
for
that's
always
that.
some
shitting on my
filler shit
girl
right there.
though. Man, ain't nobody gonna keep shitting on my girl Nia
Who,
Exactly,
Jax
Naya?
like that.
guys.
Yeah,
Shit,
man.
Naya
I
fine as
love
shit,
Nia.
but
Yes, she
still,
is.
she
Nah,
No,
man,
fine.
because
Nia's lost a
I've
lot of
been
weight.
wanting this. I've been wanting this storyline between them
Edge
for a
versus
long
Matt
time
Boz,
because
blurring lines
Nia
between Phil and
Jax
Strip.
and Becky Lynch, like Nia made Becky Lynch with a punch, and it never happened. Becky went one way and Nia went the other way, and that was just that. Now,
No,
and I know a
son.
lot of people like
The
because
story reminds me of Rock and Cena.
I, I don't
What?
know. I don't Rock and Cena.
You say that shit about
Cena
everything,
fans
Warren. You know
turned
that?
on
It's like the fourth
fans
fucking
turned
match to
on
remind you of Rock and
Cena
Cena.
when Rock was involved because he said he wanted to get this all involvement with it. I mean, it could work.
That's a hell of a that's a lot. I would say if we're talking
Mm,
about Nia and Becky, I I get what you're saying, bro. Like, people do have a lot of hate for Nia Jax. A lot of it's credible. You can't be mad. She's fucking putting
yeah.
people on the bench. But
They had this storyline built for a long time just
they
from that
did.
little angle.
But right now it looks like
Yeah.
it's just filler. Like, honestly, that shit is
How many
filler,
Survivor
man.
Series is that now? That's been like 5
Fucking
Survivor
4.
Series.
Yeah, like 4 or 5.
Shit.
But
Yeah.
so the second part of the other question with Seth and Becky, like I was thinking about, um, you know, it opens up interesting, like, viewpoint, because if Seth Rollins' contract expired, let's just say on some crazy ass world shit, like let's say Seth said, "Man, fuck this shit. I actually want to try my wings somewhere else and shit. I want to see what's going on." And how big of a hit or an impact do you think it would be if Seth Rollins said, "Hey, me and Becky going to go sign with AEW or something"? And how much of a of an impact do you think it would be for AEW or like even Impact, bro, to like take a name like Seth Rollins? Do you think it would really make a big difference, or do you think it would be something else? Like, you think it would just be like
I
a
mean,
Sasha
on
Banks
some
What's up?
leaving?
What's up? Hope
what's
you
going
know.
on on some fantasy shit? Like, I mean, I think that'll be awesome. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Like
I don't see
never say
that.
never. Yeah, never say never in this
fantasy shit.
business.
Just
Yeah,
just think
but
about
on
it. Like,
some
I don't
yeah.
see him going to AEW. I could see Impact or something like that. I don't see AEW.
hey, Seth Rollins is a big name. I was also thinking about like who else
Rollins
it would
has
be.
something against AEW. So like he's been
But
shitting
without
on
knowing like
AEW for
personal
like a
shit,
year and a
I'm
half.
saying, like, without knowing, like, I'm talking about just off their strength. Like, AEW is the next AEW. No matter what nobody says, AEW is definitely the next fucking biggest name next to WWE right now. Like, you have older names and stuff like that, but as far as like you say WWE at this point, you can kind of start hearing mumbles where people say, "Oh, that's the AEW, right? That's the other one or whatever." Like, they're the closest ones,
Oh
but
hell yeah.
yeah, so if Seth Rollins, like, if he was to go,
He's
let's say
gonna
we
get
didn't
the
know any
bag.
personal shit. Let's just say he would, like, would AEW benefit from like a Seth Rollins, or would it be like some
I would
Sasha Banks
hope.
shit?
I would hope Tony would not bury that shit like he's done with every other person that's come from WWE and
Yeah,
gone over there.
I mean, like you just said on some fantasy shit though, like Seth Rollins has been like the guy in
yeah.
WWE for the last 10 years. So like you said on fantasy shit, if he went over to AEW, man, I think that'd be huge, dope. But I mean, we seen guys come over there, and
If
they haven't done
it
shit
worked,
with
right?
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so
with
and then,
WWE
and then I
also,
think also for one, it's like you're used to seeing them on WWE, and then
that's
he
what I was
goes
Also,
by
saying.
going
totally a
back to
different
Tyler
name. The
Black.
the
Yeah,
I
song is
don't see
totally
it.
different. So
Edge
it's
and
like
Adam Copeland, and
yeah,
I'm
like what
gonna
the
say
He
fuck?
would
it legit.
trademark his name. I think he would trademark Seth Rollins. I think he would trademark it and take it. He would not
Yeah. I
deal
mean,
with a new name.
I was just thinking about it, like, damn, like there's certain people that would leave. Like, if they had, like, Sami Zayn is another one. Him and Kevin Owens'
I could see
contract is up
Sammy
in
going to AEW.
2024. See, would that hurt WWE with Sami Zayn
Nah.
leaving? Would it Seth Rollins leaving hurt WWE? Would it be like, holy shit, we got to fill some great
Seth
shoes?
Rollins, yes.
Fucking
Seth,
hurt him,
yes.
right?
Sammy, no.
That's how fast the caliber can change, man. Like, that's why I wanted to have this discussion, because it just shows you, like, we've had these discussions about WWE and how big they are. It just shows you if somebody left. Another name that I said was Bailey. just imagine if Bailey dipped off and went to like I'm gonna say AEW
Bailey's
because
about to get her friend back, so she's gonna be happy
I
soon.
hope so. I hope so. But just imagine if AEW, built up a Bailey and went and Bailey came and she was like, I'm in a different. That shit can completely rejuvenate her career, man. And sometimes it doesn't work. Like I don't agree with it with Edge,
Oh, no
but
doubt, they definitely could replace Sammy.
they
I
could
mean, it
replace Sammy.
sucks to say they
Unfortunately,
could really replace Sammy. Yes.
unfortunately, man, because Sammy was hot as shit this year. We got to give him super credit. Sammy was hot as fuck this year, man. And
Yeah,
Sammy had a
I,
hell of a run this year.
he did.
I don't know.
But
I just thought that was interesting, man, to really think about like, different concepts like that because of their possibilities, man. And there's so many options now for these guys to reinvent themselves, man. Look at Swerve Strickland. He's the perfect
I mean,
person that I
bro,
keep going.
honestly, he's the
Look at
one of the
Christian.
main reason
Look
why
at
anybody's
Christian,
watching
even.
AEW.
Christian.
You're right. AEW can barely
Speaking
get
of
out their
that,
own though. So
let's talk about
Yeah.
that shit. Let's talk about that. I was pissed about that main event. I was pissed about that main event last week. I was
oh,
so
the Edge of
excited to
Christian.
see Edge and Christian.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
didn't
even
even
gonna
watch that
say
shit,
I'm not
bro.
even gonna
For
say
real.
that name no more. I'm not saying Adam Copeland. I'm saying Edge and Christian because that match I was super excited about. I'm like, oh man, it's at
I mean,
their home area.
Did you think Edge was gonna win?
No, I'm not saying
Oh,
that part. I'm just pissed about the
oh,
woman in the match. Like
oh,
nobody
oh.
knows who the fuck this
Nick
woman is.
Nick Wayne's mom.
Yeah, like what in the
It made
world?
perfect. It made perfect sense after what Kristen was saying that how Nick Wayne, I think his the father is dead or something like that, and how
Yeah,
Kristen is
really.
now
Hold on, what did I say?
he's being this dad and he's going around
And
sort of
real
like
build up their own women's
taking his
They
division.
could
mom
Yeah.
and them
barely
being his
build
dad.
anything
So
other than the tag team division. That's really
the
what all
finish, the finish,
AEW is limited
I
to.
ain't gonna lie, the finish was bull, but I did understand her coming down, and
Definitely.
siding with Christian, right?
Yo,
So yeah,
wait.
it
So
should
you
have been a
telling me?
one-on-one match.
So you telling me AEW wants some WCW storyline shit? Some
Bruh, I
Buff
really
Bagwell
believe
on the
they're gonna
poles?
be crumbling soon. If they don't keep the shit, if they don't
Tripping,
rise
yo.
up compared to what some of the stuff they've been doing lately, I don't see. I really don't see 3 more years.
I mean, some of the fun stuff I want to say the AEW got is the Roger Strong, Next Strong thing, the Adam Cole and MJF storyline, but it seemed like that's just faded
That's
away.
watered down.
And
Boring.
The Tony Storm gimmick. I mean, a little stuff
I
here
will
and
give
there, but
Tony. Tony's been doing her thing.
She
you know,
boring, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hate, but
I
I'm
think
just
it's
like
different, man.
it's
It's different
different.
than what
Yeah,
she
Agree,
was
Courtney.
doing. It's different than what she was doing. I agree. You
yeah.
know.
I don't know, man. It's just
But she
like
was
y'all
so
said.
against it in WWE. That's the funniest part to me about it. She's like, "Oh, wrestling's not about characters."
Yeah, but
Now
Yeah, but
she's got
she knows
nostalgia
that she got to
to the
get
character.
somewhere. She got to get somewhere because she tried to fight that shit off forever, and they kicked her ass. Is gone, and then she's in another
I
promotion, and
wouldn't
they're
be
like, "Yo, you
surprised
got
if
to do
her
something,
contract
motherfucker."
ends up. She's gonna be like, "Hey, I want to go back."
But I don't think there's a place for her anymore, man. The women's division in WWE right now, I think, is really has a lot of room for
All of their
opportunity.
divisions in WWE right now,
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah.
be it's
They're
gonna be
they're
hard to
high.
get in that
The
bracket.
tag division still can use some help as far as how they market them or whatever. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of
Yes,
talent that it can be utilized correctly. Like we were just saying, even with Sami Zayn and how Sami was so hot, and now he's kind of just an afterthought. He's pretty much an afterthought, kind of just engaging in everybody's fucking stories at this point. Even the bloodline, like you said before, Dre, I'm tired of seeing the bloodline get fucking fed to people at this point. They got fed to fucking LA Knight, they got fed to Randy Orton. Like, I'm tired of seeing the bloodline getting fed to people, bro. Jimmy Uso and fucking Solo Sikoa should not be taking pinfalls and shit like that consistently. Like they were
I
the most
agree.
dominant faction in fucking
Jimmy,
WWE history.
Jimmy
Okay, like
getting rolled off of by a ref. That was so
bro, for
funny.
real, it's a comedy act, but they shouldn't be a comedy act. Like, and we're gonna see Roman return, this Friday,
It's gonna
but
be serious then.
I feel like they're really, they're disintegrating that fucking amazing faction that they built. And I don't know. I've said a long time ago, if they can bring them all back together and do some damn babyface turn shit, I would be down for it.
and
Because
which which I feel like they're not done with this bloodline thing, and the fact that they still got going on with
It's
Jimmy and
gonna end
Solo
at
and Paul.
WrestleMania.
I feel like it may end at WrestleMania, or they just make now. I think the title reign may end at WrestleMania, but I think the bloodline storyline, I think is just getting started,
get
and
rejuvenated.
I think it's really getting just started though because I don't know. We gonna wait and see.
The
But I
Jimmy
don't think
I
it's
Butler.
ending
think
no
that's
type of
what's
story.
Right.
making
I
him the
just said that.
nostalgia.
I just said that, Slim.
All
I
right.
think it's
Yeah,
that's the
Jimmy
whole
has been
shit.
looking weak.
Just get taking
In a
pins.
way, Jimmy's not really a part of the bloodline. If remember, Roman's never really said he's fully back.
Yeah, but he hasn't dismissed him either, though. I mean, just like JD McDonough was never introduced as Judgment Day, but he's definitely Judgment Day now. Like they played that for a while and just let it happen.
I think that's where
I,
Rhea's going to get involved with it.
mm,
Yeah,
I guess I go into my topic
Go ahead.
next though. I don't know if you guys seen a tweet over. I think it was over the weekend where Fox put out a tweet on X, Twitter, whatever social media when Bobby Lashley won his United States Championship tournament matchup, and he was on the stage posting with the Street Profits, and Fox Sports put out the caption "Them Boys." And them boys, some may know into wrestling, is Jay Briscoe and the other, can't even get the name right.
Briscoe brother.
The Briscoe brothers, yes,
Yeah.
the Briscoe brothers, and one of them was mad over the weekend and sort of I think blew it out of proportion about WWE calling the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley them boys, where look at the Cowboys, they've been called them boys, and it's like a phrase though. Yeah,
Phase,
yeah, yeah. So I guess he sort of got his foot in his mouth by going off on that post and other words though. But how you guys I want to say how you guys feel about that? But because I was like, I
And sit
mean,
your ass down. Anybody think about sit your ass down. Get your
I
ass out of here. Anybody think about that bullshit?
Yeah, I think Mark Briscoe was just a bit upset. Like he
Off.
said, his brother, he's still, grieving, over his
Yeah,
brother's
yeah.
death and stuff like that. So I think when WWE used that and knowing that they never got to WWE as a tag team, I think he felt some type of way in that moment,
What's up, Ray?
and what's going on? What's going on? I think he just felt some type of moment at that moment.
Yeah.
And when you let your emotions build up like that, and then get
Yeah.
on social media. Jay and Mark, thank you so much. Courtney got tongue tied. I knew Jay, I couldn't say Mark Briscoe for some reason. But yeah, he just let it go all out on social media. But man, man, I mean, come on, man, we them boys right here at Commission
I'm
Talk. Like,
saying, right?
what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I
yeah.
mean, you got to think.
So
Dallas Cowboy
Look at that,
fans,
Frank.
they've
Look
used
at
to
that.
saying,
exactly.
we them boys. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a phrase. I get what he's saying because I mean, Warren, I'm sure you can attest. Like, in wrestling, you do want to have respect for, like, like they say, with don't use my move, don't don't try to copy my shit or whatever. I mean, to a degree, but that's a kind of a phrase. Like that's how I felt about Yeet. Like Yeet is back and everybody's so happy about it. When they said that shit was going, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really like I was a little more happy than I was sad because I was like. Yeet is, I guess it's over because it's an easy one phrase word where it's just, and he uses it fun. It's been fun, but it's like an expression that everybody uses. I don't know why he's using that as his like defining, term
helps
for
that
his
younger
character.
generation.
No,
It helps the younger
I think it,
generation.
I think it was because of the spite. Not I don't want to say spitefulness, but I think it was because, like I just said, him and his brother, they
Oh, he
never,
still moves on.
brought them up to the. They never brought him up to
True.
WWE, but for them to use, them boys. I
Yeah.
think it was,
I don't think
I
so.
mean,
Yeah,
I think they were
Slim,
just saying them boys. It wasn't anything.
yeah.
there's
They
no
don't even
such
call
thing
themselves
as
that.
anybody's moves getting stolen or anything like that. Like let's say like I stole Chris Jericho's code breaker. Like
Yeah, you
it's
robbed them,
recycled standpoint. Like it's not. There's
bruh.
no such thing
That's
as
not what the
somebody's good
Undertaker and them
move sets
said
anymore.
when people do the tombstone and shit like that. Nah,
Tony
them
still
motherfuckers,
moves
you
all
had
the
to
time.
have.
Nobody does it like his. They only do the pile drive. They don't do the tombstone or anything like that.
I
They
remember them
work it
saying that
themselves.
shit, like stuff like that. You have to pass it down, like of course, like Randy Orton does the RKO, Diamond Dallas Page did the the Diamond Cutter, like there's a lot. Even from that, the Bubba Cutter when Bubba Ray Dudley was doing it, but it's just. I've always heard like you at least have to have respect. Like just like Bret Hart would take a shit on you if you sat there and started hitting the sharpshooter and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, in his generation while he was there. So I don't know. It's interesting, bro. Like I think that there's definitely a level of respect for stuff like that, and I can understand people saying it, but I feel what you're saying about like you really can't steal moves because it's just like you're just doing your version of it and shit like that. Like if Booker T would have came to WWE and he kind of was using it, but remember he stopped using that bookend shit when the Rock Bottom was there because that's the Rock shit.
And the
Like
Rock
Yeah,
told him
he
to use
stopped
it.
using that. He stopped using it because they kept
stop using
calling
that
his
shit.
move the
And
rock
the
bottom
Rock told him to
I
use it.
tell you,
it
The
was like
Rock
rock
told him to
bottom.
use it.
Man,
yep,
that's the bookend, man.
yeah, fuck out
That's
of
how the
here.
Rock knew of Booker T, said, because he does the Rock bottom.
Man, yo,
Yeah.
listen. One thing I was noticing about Trick Williams too, to jump back onto that point, yo, Trick Williams, him doing that scissor kick shit like Booker T. I think, in my opinion, yo, because a lot of people forgot about Booker T, bro. And I'm not talking about Booker T WWE, Booker the sucker shit and all that. I'm talking about fucking Harlem Heat Booker T, bro. TV champion Booker T, because when he used to do that scissor kick, that shit, all of that stuff that he used to do used to be get you so amped up in his matches and stuff like that. Booker T was a beast, man. I used to love watching his fucking matches. So I saw some Trick Williams. I saw some Booker T and Trick Williams while I was watching that Iron Man match thing or whatever. So I hope that he gains some leverage. I do want to see some kind of callbacks like that when I'm watching these new guys. It's just like for
Oh,
nostalgic reasons, whatever.
you want to talk about callback, and I think somebody said it in the chat too. About Josh Briggs having a breakout
Yeah.
matchup
He
at
stood out in that match,
Headline.
in my opinion.
Man, come on! If you guys don't see JBL and Josh Briggs, man, all the way, like especially if you didn't see NXT when he pulled out that clothesline from hell, I said, man, if that ain't JBL, like
Yeah.
JBL was the one who vouched for him to get in the match anyway, and I thought it was really odd
Oh shit.
because they're
Okay.
a tag team. So I was like, oh shit, like yeah. So and then you can see
You know,
flashes
the
with,
other one is Paul Buchanan's son, right?
oh for real?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I didn't know
Yeah,
that at
The
yeah,
all.
other
yeah.
one's
My
Paul
man
Buchanan's son.
Slim just said it. Briggs give me JBL, young JBL vibes. I didn't know that, but they
I got
already in a tag
wow.
team, and the other guy you just mentioned is sort of like salty because he's going after the Urge Cup next
Mm-hmm.
week. So he like, damn man, like we supposed to be doing tag team shit, and you want to capitalize on your single shit, but and he gonna definitely be something.
That's
Yeah,
He
what's
they
gonna
up.
both
definitely be
wrestled
something.
in Georgia.
Yeah, I like seeing stuff like that, man. As a fan of just wrestling history, you know what I mean? Like just seeing, watching it for so long. Even when the Miz was, and the Miz is like, the Miz is almost damn near a legend at this point himself. But just seeing him do like the Bret Hart homage shit, like doing the sharpshooter on the post, like that's all old school shit. And a lot of days you see a lot of stuff now, and with these guys, they have a lot of new moves, a lot of new energy and stuff like that, or whatever. But there's still the callbacks to the classics. Like when Braun Breaker hits that fucking spear, that's that Goldberg fucking spear, bro. Like that is
I
that
think it's better than
Goldberg spear.
Goldberg. I think it's better than
Yeah,
Goldberg.
I mean the
Braun
old school
Breaker,
Goldberg used to hit that fucking spear. That shit used to be
Braun
devastating.
Breaker, I really think he is putting another nostalgia to his name.
Yeah, he is. He is. When I saw him do the Steiner recliner, I was like, oh man, he motherfucking got me going. Because I don't be watching it like that, but I'm trying to catch up. Like, because NXT, I love the callback shit, man. That's just my nature. Like, I like to follow the new stuff, but I like to follow like what I like and shit. And but I'm seeing it and I'm like, yo, this is fucking, Rick Steiner's kid, bro. This is Scott
He
Steiner's
looks
fucking
just
kid.
like his kid. He looks
Bro.
just like him. Looks
And
identical.
they incredible talents, bro. I didn't even know. Did y'all see that shit with Cora Jade and all that with CM Punk? I didn't know any of that.
That was kind of cool. That was
Or
cool.
Jade's with Braun Breaker.
Yeah, that's another little hottie right there. But
He's changed
it's
a whole
interesting.
lot too.
It's interesting to see like these developments from these new superstars that are coming up in the industry now, man.
I want to say one thing because when the woman I'm about to talk about, Lash Legend, she's
Another
You know
growing
what
on me.
Cora Jade
She's
looks
growing.
like? She reminds you of AJ Lee.
Yeah, she does a little
Booker
bit
T
though.
said, oh,
Lash Legend is growing on me though. When she first came in, I think Lash Legend was overshadowed with the whole Nikita Lyons debut,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody was talking about Nikita Lyons. And I think that lately, since you haven't seen Nikita, and the fact that she's Nikita Lash Legend has been like the MVP in a way of this whole metaphor group that she's in on NXT. So I like what Lash Legend is doing though. So
yeah, I'm not a fan of Nikita Lyons, bro. I mean, she seems like she's a talented performer or whatever.
I was about to say he's more of a Stan Hansen type person, not JBL.
I don't know. She kind of gives me the vibe of like, you know, somebody who's just in it to be a star and shit. She doesn't give me the vibe of trying to
She was
make.
on the what was that? The Real Enchant show.
Yeah, yeah. She in reality TVs or some shit like that or whatever. But just like Eva Marie, like she gave me the same vibe. Like she just wanted to be a star and shit. I don't think she really was in it for wrestling. That's what a lot of people were coming at her for and shit. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just get that vibe from her. So I'm not really into her.
So do we believe this was okay or was it blown out of proportion?
What, the Mark Brisco thing?
Yeah.
Go
And,
man, go sit your ass
my
down.
biggest thing is too, like if you're an NFL fan and you're the Cowboy fans, they say we them boys. So is Mark Brisco going to get upset with the Dallas Cowboy fans saying we're them boys? Like,
And also, it was Fox that said it. It was Fox
Yeah.
WWE. So you got to think about it. Like they're football. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they just saying this shit. What do you say? You don't rock with the milk? Yo, don't tell me she calls herself that shit. Fuck no.
She's gonna be out there half naked.
G.I.
Brian gonna talk
Joe.
about her next time. Like,
Nah,
no, oh my god, Nakia, bro.
I'm not
Nakia.
into it, bro. Nah, I'm not even into like the look around. That's not my cup of tea right there. But I'm just like, she just give off that vibe like she's trying to be on fucking the Real Housewives of Atlanta or some
Supposed to
shit.
been on a music video recently.
Probably was. No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
She was on Thirsty Drake's video.
She ain't it for me. She ain't it. She a bigger like, you know, whatever. But I mean, she be into there boxing and doing kung fu and shit. And I'm like, this bitch want to wrestle or be in a movie.
Trying out for the Cobra Kai film.
Wow.
Hey, no, I know this is off topic or whatever, but Brian, did you know Larry Hankin was in Pain Again?
Was in where?
In Pain Again.
Panic. What is that?
Remember the movie Pain Again with Mark Wahlberg in them?
Ah, man. I mean, if I saw him, I probably just was like, oh shit, he's in this too, and probably forgot.
You want to know where he was? He was the one that was the pastor at the church.
Oh damn, nah, yeah.
The one that was rubbing Rock's chest.
Yeah, I watched that movie a long ass time ago.
Because I looked at it, I was like, no, that's it. I was like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, Larry was in every fucking thing, man.
You got it.
Oh man, it's
but
crazy.
All right, so obviously with the Briscoe brothers and you know all that stuff, I mean, it's sad. I mean,
yeah, that is
a lot
sad.
of people want that respect standpoint, but also you got to realize, you know, if you didn't trademark it or something, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, but you want to know something? Just to piggyback off what you said right there, Warren. That is true. Like if you don't take the, you know, the legal, you know, obligations or whatever to make sure that you saving your shit, that is true. But there's nothing like a biting motherfucker either, though, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that as well, because there are people who sit there and be over there trying to act like shit is theirs, but really they got it from other people and stuff like that. And even if you do, if your audience and you have a big enough audience, just like if somebody started saying, hey, people and shit, and y'all been watching me say that shit for years, y'all be like, man, Brian B been saying that shit. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like you still got that acknowledgement is still there. And then people gonna look at you different. Just like when comedians be stealing jokes and shit. Like maybe I didn't trademark my joke, but if I said it at fucking 40 of my shows and then somebody else starts saying it, people gonna watch it and say, damn, motherfucker stealing jokes. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so you could hit a bad name that way as well. So you do got to be careful. I do get where Mark Briscoe's coming from, but you have to also not be crazy and try to just fucking, you know, run roughshod like, oh no, we the only ones who say, like, nigga, this ain't the schoolyard. This is a fucking entertainment industry. Like, you're gonna have some technicalities here and there. But yeah, he tripping a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
He'll be all
I
right.
agree. He'll be all right.
All right, so my segment is, and I think we're gonna enjoy doing these from now on. The dad rant. If anybody watched the Logan Paul episode with Randy Orton, they were talking about this at the very end of it. Is technology good for the kids? So say like if we're going to do shopping or something like that, are we those parents that hand out tablets or the phone to distract the kids? I
Can
will
I,
personally say I do it. I do it. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
man? I want to look at my man crying, having a fit
And
in the
they're flipping out
background
right
right
now.
You
now.
gotta go
Yeah,
get him
yeah.
the
He just
tablet
woke
right
up.
now.
He just woke up. But I want to say something real fast. Have y'all seen this movie that came out on Netflix last Friday? Leave the World Behind.
I gotta watch it. I've been hearing a lot of good
I've
things
been
about it. I
hearing
gotta
about
Okay,
watch
it.
it.
see, well, okay, well then I can't talk about it because after this, well, I was gonna link this into this, but once you watch it, you'll see it. But I want to say no because because then when they get so relied on it, that like in this day and age though, um the 13-year-old in this movie, I just want to say one part. um and I'm not gonna give away anything. She just wanted to watch her favorite TV show. They went on a vacation. She wanted to watch her favorite TV show. The Wi-Fi went down and everything, and she was just going crazy that she could not watch her favorite TV show. She couldn't get on the internet. And I know you guys got kids, and you ever been somewhere and the Wi-Fi goes out, and then the kid come in and be like, "Dad, Mom, the Wi-Fi went out. I'm trying to play my games,"
Mhm.
stuff like that. But make a long story short, I don't think so, but I think you know, in this day and age, though, I mean, the tablet, the cell phone, everything is so accessible and it's like right in front of your faces. So it's a little hard to sort of not give them that,
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
won't say no.
Yeah, I think with the question as it is technology good for kids? I would definitely say technology is definitely good for kids. There's no doubt about it. Why? Because technology exists and it's pretty much the fucking future, no matter how you like it or not. Now, is it good to just leave your kids with just a tablet unfucking supervised at all times? No, that's a horrible idea. So I think just like any other kind of engagement that you have with your children, you should be monetizing it. You should be paying attention. You should, if you're gonna just leave the fucking TV on and just let them watch, soap operas all day, like it don't even gotta be hardcore shit or whatever. It could just be stuff that they might not need. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get a development in a different kind of way because you're neglecting them in a way. But if you choose to say, hey, like my daughter, we live like we homeschool, so a lot of times we're trying to work, we're trying to do things or whatever. So she does her classes on things. She does the ABC Mouse. Her and her sisters kids. I mean, my girl's sister's kids. They do homeschooling together, virtual learning. So they feel like they're in the classroom together. There's a lot of benefits from it, like being able
Oh
just
yeah,
to do
yeah,
that alone. You know what I mean? So
most
like
definitely.
I think a lot of people, when they ask this question, they think about all the negative stuff that comes with
Yeah.
technology. But at the end of the day, technology is fucking amazing, and your kid can learn in ways that we even never had the chance to. Like my daughter
Mhm.
knows how to do fucking the addition, some subtraction. She knows how to do a lot of things because she plays those stupid little games all the time, and it develops and it helps develop you and stuff like that. So it just depends on how you paying attention to your kids, man. You the problem, not the technology. I think, in my opinion.
No,
I agree with
no,
that.
I think
I agree with that.
he is right. No, no, technology wise, as far as educational wise use, I think it's perfect. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
for real.
different day and age.
Look
We
at us.
everything is
Look at us. We
I
literally
technical.
mean,
Yeah.
we
so
never met each
I
other
looked
ever,
at
and we've been
this.
fucking
So we
friends
looked at
for
the research a little bit on this. People are lacking on interview skills. People are lacking on eye contact. People are lacking on, engaging conversations because they're so used to doing this.
Yeah.
Now, I could say that part, you need to fix that, but also you got to think we're going through that COVID era. This really messed up all the younger generation. So it's like,
Yeah. And also you got to think that's all stuff that's been important. And I'm not going to say it's not important, but what I am going to start saying is I think we also have to start having the conversation of is the things that we're complaining about as important as they were before?
yeah.
Now, interaction is definitely important in my opinion. I think that physical interaction, you want to be around people, you don't want to be secluded, but you do have the ability to be engaged with people differently than you were before. So the comparison aspect is difficult to kind of always have at this point, because if I'm judging by, hey, I'm talking to you guys right now, but I'm not looking you guys dead in the eye, but I'm directly talking and engaging with you and a whole bunch of other fucking people too. And if kids are kind of constantly doing that as well, whether it be through virtual learning or any kind of way they experience their friendship, playing games online, whatever, they're still building connections with people, but the connections are just different than what we've been, geared to or whatever in the past. So it's interesting, man. It's just a different time. I think that's at the end of the day, that's really what it is. But I still firmly agree with, you should have some catering to how your child is interacting, especially if you have concerns about it. Take them to a class. There's fucking classes at Home Depot where they can build little birdhouses and shit or whatever, and you can meet other
Yeah.
kids and families. So you can do something about it, if you choose to, or you think it's a problematic situation. But
I agree with that. I
yeah,
do like that concept of how you just said you could take them, if they need to learn something, they could go to these classes, learn how to
yeah,
build stuff and like that. And also it actually builds time for the family. And I
yeah,
remember, one thing I think we both can agree to with regarding with COVID at that time is we really got to discover our families. And I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that's something that really that's still dialed in. And I think that's something I still don't take for granted at times now is making sure I still spend as much time as I can with my family, my
yeah,
kids, my wife. um Now that Matthew's home finally,
yeah. It's awesome
um
to hear too,
he's
man.
uh he's ready to enjoy Christmas now. He said now he's like, now I can have Christmas. So
Yeah,
it's like,
I
so
can
funny.
imagine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So with Annabelle, she just turning 5 and stuff like that. And I'm one of those parents, I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, I don't believe giving her a phone or something like that. My wife and my mom and all of them will give her a phone to, go grocery shop or do whatever. I prefer to give her a switch just so she doesn't get on stuff that's bad or whatever. She can get on the switch, she plays the game.
Yeah,
That's it. She plays the game. Um but I think kids got so much access to get into so much things in life. And I feel like, that can be the scary part, but also it could be that very big knowledgeable part as well. Like you just
yeah,
said, kids can get so much knowledge off of these things. So much knowledge.
yeah, man.
If your kid's having trouble talking, iPad or whatever, it read it off to them and it helped them say these words out loud. I've seen it personally with my daughter. It could help read stuff, help figure out stuff like that. So I mean, there's a lot of goods and bads at the same time when it regards to the technology standpoint. So,
Yeah,
and I do agree, and it is based off the parent or how you're raising your child.
yeah, man. Yeah, people be wanting to blame shit. People problems, just like Brisco over there, don't want to blame shit. But yeah. I mean, at the same time, I do understand concern. It is concerning because, like you said, you can access everything. But it's just, just try to be there as much as you can with your kids. And you also say that, like you said, Warren, like there's some people who are, whether it be single moms or single dads, and they don't have the opportunities to be, as engaged with their children as they really would want to. They have to put food on the table. They gotta, leave their kids with, other, in other care at times. And sometimes everybody doesn't have the option to be, the most dedicated parent that they would love to be, which is unfortunate too. But you kind of just got to do your best, man. That's why I try my best not to judge people, yo. I really try my best, even though I might like fuck around. But at the end of the day, I'm always like, man, listen, if that's what works for them, that's what works for them, bro. Who the fuck am I to be like, no, you got to change this, or have a hardcore opinion on your situation? But
Yeah.
people, most people, I think most people out here trying to do their best, man. There's a handful of people who just are pieces of
There's no
crap or
such
whatever.
thing as grading on parenting.
Hmm.
No, there
I
is.
agree.
There
People be
is,
fucking up,
but
but
we ain't trying.
but yeah,
I
you
agree.
if you're trying, at least give them the benefit of the doubt. But
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Brian, man. Like you just guys were just saying, technology wise, educational purposes, for kids and just like for us, this is how we met, with
yeah,
technology and all this shit like that. So, if you're using it in a really good way, and like our Brian was just saying, and not just like, oh, we're dropping it off, just watch this and just rolling
mm,
out, then yeah. But hey,
yeah,
it's the future.
it's the future, man. Our kids gonna be going through a
Can't
lot
run
of
from
stuff.
it now. All right,
Sure can.
guys. Our victory lap. Who wants to go first?
I go first, man. I go first, man. This has been dope season finale, man. Appreciate everyone, man, tuning in. Man, subscribe to Brian B and Buzzing with Marlo and the 11:30 podcast. Next week episode is the 4-year anniversary episode. I'm inviting you guys on the episode. If you guys
Mm,
free,
I'll be
maybe
there.
this weekend, 15, 20 minutes or so, just to probably
Sure.
do something like this. That I think that'd be really great. I haven't had you guys on the anniversary show. Also Beyond 11:30 is coming back in January, where we're gonna be chatting parenting, relationships, chatting more about little man and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Talk Pro Wrestling comes back in January. Like I said, also next week's episode is the mid-season finale-ish, like whatever you want to call it. And the 11:30 podcast show will be back in February. So other than that, man, I'm doing that, man, and enjoy the holidays. But appreciate you guys, man. This was always fun, man, and that's it. That's all I gotta say. Yeah,
Definitely. Congrats on all that, Dre, man. You doing shit. You doing as
appreciate
much
it.
as I am. But
Appreciate it, man.
yeah,
Thank you.
I saw you had all that stuff coming out. I was like, damn, yeah, Dre got a lot going on. Pretty much the same thing, guys. We got a lot of projects that we working on. Actually, this Sunday, I announced it yesterday. I've been posting about this last laugh challenge thing for a while now, and we're actually gonna have our first episode this Sunday night at 9 o'clock. So hope you guys fill in for that. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'll be dead ass real with you, but I got the idea and I got the stuff put down, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm actually trying to see who's gonna come on the show. It's gonna be a team of 2 people or 3 people, and basically we're gonna be having different levels. We're gonna have like easy, intermediate, and then really hard. And I might do like an extreme thing, and whatever team laughs the most is going to be the ones who whatever will give points, and then we're going to figure out which captain will go after the final round. Whoever didn't laugh the most, and they'll face off. And we're gonna have some really funny videos and stuff, to maybe like a roast battle on celebrities or different shit like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I really, the vision is there. I just got to put it out to see it to y'all. But as always, catch us, man. I actually took my break earlier in the year, so I'm still gonna be on this airwaves, probably even more than I was before, because this is now again my job, and I'm loving it. I got to make it work. So, but catch us on Tuesdays, catch us on Wednesdays. We're gonna be on STR still tonight. Come see me, Raven, Lay, and Slim. We just put some new merch out. Please go check that out. We have a lot of new stuff coming, a lot of big stuff coming. And that's it, man. Happy holidays to you guys, man. Like, once again, thank you guys so much for bringing me on to the crew. I've had a lot of fun talking wrestling with you guys, and like we keep saying, we're gonna have a lot of fun going forward this new year, man. There's a lot of shit coming up. Looking forward to it.
Hey, man.
Love it.
Looking forward to it.
As like we just said, guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We will be on a season break. This is the last Commission Talks episode for 2023. We will be back right around the Royal Rumble time. So literally the Wednesday before the Rumble, we'll be back. Guys, this has been an absolute blast. We've went through some changes on Commission this season itself. And I tell Dre, and I told Brian a couple of times, I was like, it just feels different, and it's a good feeling. Like we go in there, we have this different vibe. Commissions has had some different additions at times, and I've told Dre a couple of times, I said, I think we found one. I think we've really found this way to have that growth standpoint. And I know people have been requesting. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna probably get it in a group. We're going to talk about maybe doing a Commission Talks shirt. We'll talk about
that'll be dope.
We'll do some merch
listen.
on that Commission Talk standpoint. So we'll definitely look at that. But guys, we want to thank everybody for listening. Thank you for watching. Watch your wrestling. Do what you love to do. But yeah, guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
we'll see y'all in 2024.
Peace, man. Peace.
Out,
Much love. Peace out, man.
Good one, guys. Merry Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring, Warren Ball, the American Prodigy. Dre on me.
Oh, that was a great night. I love that. Before just having that ending. Bruh. Man, WTF.
and Brian B.
I personally feel like Gabe made the right decision by not. I think he gained a ton of acknowledgement from their matches with Gunther, taking him to the limits and them showing that.
Commission Talks.